Hey guys, so I just want to give you a little update of what's going on. I know I haven't been putting any videos up for a while. I think it's been about 2 months now. Um, it really sucks not having anything to make. Uh, it started after the trip to up north with my buddy. I didn't record that trip just because I wanted to spend time with my family and didn't want to put a camera in front of him, not knowing how comfortable he was with it. So after we got back, I was riding the dirt bike a little bit. Well, when we were up there, the dirt bike, that could have been bad. So the dirt bike, let's try that. So the spark plug on the dirt bike got fouled out. Not sure why, but it happened. So we tried going to the store up there to get a spark plug, but they didn't have any, so we just loaded up and came back home. And that was the second day of the trip, so it was only a 2-day trip anyways, and that was the afternoon. We were going to go out for a quick ride, but the dirt bike would not start. And that morning it did not want to start either. I knew something was up with it because every time I pulled up to one of the stop signs, the dirt bike would kill itself. Like it just completely shut off. And then take a couple kicks, and then I kind of started again, and then we'd go. But put a new plug in it. It didn't really like starting. Rode it for a little bit, and then it started starting pretty good. I do know the jetting needs to be it needs to be rejetted. That was nasty, but it needs to be rejetted. I think the exhaust valves need to be shimmed since we didn't have to shim them last time. So I'll probably just take it somewhere this time, have them jet it, and then shim both valves, make sure they're both good. And then I'll probably end up selling it, unfortunately. There will probably be some big changes coming up in the near future. Um, Starting with the truck pretty soon. I think I'm going to sell it. I'm not going to tell you why. That's going to be a surprise for later on. But let's just say there are some big plans, and if they fall through, um, there will be something else this channel will revolve around. So if I need to, I'll sell the dirt bike. If I don't need to, I won't. But if everything goes to plan, I probably won't have to, but I might sell it later on and buy a stand-up jet ski just because I'm so close to the water. I could ride the stand-up or a jet ski more than I could ride a dirt bike since my yard's tiny. But I guess we'll do a little story time too. After we got back from up north, I put the new spark plug on, and then I was testing it, but I couldn't test it in my yard because it wasn't big enough. So I went down the road a couple times, and then this is after my dad told me not to. I can get a dirt bike if I don't ride it on the road. So I agreed not to ride it on the road. So I ended up riding it on the road. And after a couple days, I got comfortable just taking it up and down the road. And then I could also practice doing longer wheelies. That was my main thing while I was riding it on the road. I was practicing my wheelies, and everybody was like, holy crap, you could do them pretty long. I stopped and talked to a couple people. They're like, yeah, that's the longest catwalk, wheelie, whatever you want to call it, I've ever seen. So the way my road is, there's two roads. There's a road I live on, and then another road right behind it. I guess you can call it a block, but it's really not a block. But it goes down and then curves, and then at the end of the road there's a big turnaround for vehicles, or for people walking. There's a kind of like makeshift wood bridge over a little ditch that you can go across and then go back down the other road. So at the end of this other road, there's a post office that I believe they're turning into a house. But they have this driveway that goes all the way around it, and it's vacant right now, or it was at the time of when this happened. But I turned around on it, started heading back down the road, checked to make sure there were no cars coming. Probably third gear, just shifted into it, popped it up. This was the longest wheelie I've ever done, and that was the very beginning of the road. I got a little bit in front of my uncle's house, and the bike started leaning to the left, so I took off my right foot, and the right side of the dirt bike is where your rear brake is, and if you get too high, you're supposed to tap the rear brake and it brings the front back down. Well, it started going to the side, so I tried pulling it back to the right or into the middle, but I'm sitting on it like this, and then since I took my right foot off, I was controlling my balance point with the clutch and the brake, but it got too high and I couldn't pull the clutch or even hit the brake and bring my foot back onto the brake fast enough, and the dirt bike went down, and so did I. But I think the dirt bike turned out better than I did. The only damage that I saw that was actual real damage, I guess you could say, was the grip right there, as you can see. I don't know what the hell that was, but it wore it down to the metal, and then the throttle tube got worn down too, and then the grip broke or split. For what happened, the dirt bike has hardly any damage. The pipe right here just got scratched, and then it knocked loose the spark arrestor. I can't get it out, but spark arrestor. And then this fender, I'll show you. You can see where it hit the tire or the road. I think it's the tire though. And then this part hit the road because there was a whole bunch of this kind of stuff, the plastic that got like melted. I missed the trash can. But other than that, I think the whole bike is fine. I haven't pulled it apart. I rode it like twice around my yard since then, just because after that it never really wanted to run right. So I'm thinking about taking it to get the valves shimmed again and the jetting rejetted, I guess, for the season. So yeah, that's the dirt bike, and I learned not to wear jorts and a tank top when you're riding motorcycles on the road or any time really. They went to about here, and I had a big ass rash right here on my ass. You can still see the scar on my hand. There was one there, one there. Then this one was a bad one on my right hand. There was one on both sides of the palm. Forgot where else there was one, but yeah, I was scratched up pretty good, but shit happens, I guess. So hopefully you guys like that story time segment, if you want to call it a story time or just hurt yourself and tell about it. But that was probably two months ago. Let's see. It was May 18th. That's when that happened. Because May 18th is when that happened, and June 23rd right now, so, or 24th. So hopefully you guys like that little story time segment. There will be more coming soon if everything works out. I did get the job at Sensation, the boat place. Look them up online. They have some cool apparel. Check out their boats too. If you guys want to know a little bit more about that, I'll tell you what I can, and then we'll leave it at that. So yeah, like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace out.